Hey friends, imagine standing at the edge of a vast, beautiful ocean. The horizon stretches endlessly before you, full of opportunity, possibility, and wonder. But just as you're ready to dive in, you feel something pulling you back, an invisible weight. It's the opinions, judgments, and expectations of others. It's the fear of what people might think if you fail, or even worse, if you succeed. How many times have you let that weight stop you from diving in? Today, I'm going to cut that weight loose because on the other side of that fear is freedom, and on the other side of seeking approval is living authentically. We'll dive in how to stopping the need for others' validation and unlock your true potential. It just drives me crazy that people care what other people think. Are you ready to make the leap? Let's jump in. How often do you let the opinions of others dictate your choices, actions, or dreams? Research shows that humans are social beings by nature, and our brains are wired to seek social approval. According to neuroscientist Matthew Lieberman, the brain's reward system lights up when we receive social approval, much like it does when we experience physical rewards like food or money. It's part of our biology to crave acceptance. But while this might have helped us survive in ancient times, today, in 2024, it can hold us back from reaching our full potential. And the truth is, you will never reach your potential if you're constantly seeking approval from others. Their opinions are just that, opinions. And you know what my grandma used to say about opinions? Opinions are like, everybody's got one. You know what I mean? And opinions are shaped based on their own experiences and their biases and their fears. The science of cognitive biases tells us that people often make snap judgments based on incomplete information. And these judgments, well, they say more about them than they do about you. You see, why should their biases and limitations define your path? When we let fear of judgment dictate our lives, we're engaging in what's called social comparison theory. It was first developed by psychologist Leon Festinger in the 1950s. And this theory explains how we measure our worth by comparing ourselves to others. Often, this leads to anxiety, self-doubt, and feelings of inadequacy. The problem with constantly seeking validation is that you end up living someone else's life instead of your own. You hand over control of your happiness, decisions, and ultimately your destiny. One powerful scientific principle that can help us with this is the concept of self-determination theory. This theory, created by psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan, suggests that people have three basic psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. Now, when we live authentically and pursue our goals without worrying about the opinions of others, we fulfill the need for autonomy, living in alignment with our true selves. Now, this in turn will boost our sense of competence and relatedness, allowing us to connect with others in a deeper and more meaningful way. So in short, the less you care about what others think, the more fulfilled and successful you will be. But how do you actually stop caring about other people's opinions, you might ask, Doug? It starts with a shift in mindset. First, you need to realize that most people are far too concerned with their own lives to spend time judging yours. And psychologists call this the spotlight effect, the tendency to overestimate how much others notice or care about your actions. In reality, people aren't paying as much attention as you think. And they're not, you see? Next, we need to consider practicing self-compassion. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that individuals who practice self-compassion are more resilient in the face of criticism and less likely to rely on external validation. Instead of judging yourself harshly for mistakes or perceived shortcomings, treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. This builds inner strength and reduces the need for external approval. It's also important to surround yourself with people who support your journey and uplift your spirit. A strong social network of positive influences can significantly reduce the impact of negative judgments from others. In fact, social scientists have found that individuals who experience supportive relationships tend to develop higher self-esteem, which in turn reduces their dependence on others' opinions for validation. Now, lastly, we need to build a strong sense of purpose, and research backs this. Research published in the Journal of Psychological Science shows that people who have a clear sense of purpose are less affected by social stressors and judgment. So, when you're deeply connected to a meaningful goal or passion, you're less likely to be swayed by the opinions of others. Your purpose becomes your guide, and the approval of others becomes irrelevant. Now, I want to leave you with this thought today because I care about you and I believe in you. Ask yourself, what could you accomplish if you stopped caring so much about what others think? Imagine the doors that would open, the courage you'd find, and the freedom you'd feel. The next time you hesitate, remember that living for the approval of others will only keep you in a box. But living for yourself, that's where true greatness lies. So, you know what I believe? I believe your potential is waiting. And the only thing standing between you and your highest self is the fear of judgment. So let's let that go. Step into your power and embrace your authenticity. The world is waiting for the real you to show up unapologetically. And when you stop caring about what others think, you don't just unlock your potential, you unlock your life. So the question is, are you ready to live it? I think you are. You know what? I think you're amazing. And I think you have incredible ability within you. The world is just waiting to see. So let's see it. Step up. Get those shoes on and get moving, because it's the action you take today that's going to determine your life tomorrow. I'll be back with more good stuff tomorrow, friends. Have a beautiful day. Take care.